These are exciting times for public libraries and for healthcare services in Windsor and Essex County. Both are undergoing positive change and both are exploring new ways to serve our community. The WPL board has pioneered significant changes in improved library service to meet the needs of our close to 100,000 library card holders. The board adopted a system-wide facilities plan several years ago, which focused on renewing the Windsor Public Library system and how we provide library services to our city. Strategic planning exercises in 2007 and 2010, together with facilities planning discussions and consultations in 2012 and 13, have positioned the Windsor Public Library to properly address service issues over the next 10 to 20 years. The long-range planning cycle has now come full circle, and the board is ready to begin planning public library services for areas of our community which will develop in the next period of time. An integral component of the long-range planning process is recognition of areas which will need new library services in the future. And South Windsor, particularly the lands to the south and east of the airport, have been on our radar for some time. As industrial and residential development occurs, we need to ensure that library services also evolve to serve the incoming businesses and families. It is therefore appropriate for us to be here today. I'd like to bring David Mouche up. David's the CEO and President of Windsor Regional Hospital and co-chair of the Program and Services Steering Committee. I think David would join me in officially announcing that the Windsor Public Library is partnering with Windsor Regional Hospital to explore the possibility of creating an innovative new library service at the proposed new acute care hospital on County Road 42 and the 9th Concession. The hospital site is ideally located to serve residents in this area and the surrounding region of Essex County, as well as the entire part of southwestern Ontario, which everything around here serves. And it provides an impetus for collaboration on many unique and mutually beneficial projects. This exciting announcement follows recent news regarding the construction of a brand new library at the Optimus Community Centre. In addition, planning for the new John Muir Public Library branch to be housed at the old heritage designated fire hall on Mill Street in Sandwichtown is underway and is scheduled to open in August of 2018. And commencing in 2019, the Budimir Public Library branch in South Windsor will be renovated and greatly expanded. Those are very exciting developments for our city. I'd like to ask David now to make some remarks and talk about the partnership. Go ahead, David.
Thank you. This is great news. We've been having some discussions over the last few months with the Windsor Public Library, Ms. Kitty Pope, who's out in the audience today. And the concept came forward with respect to, it's exactly what these projects result in. It's creating that dialogue, creating that possibilities, looking at the opportunities that are out there. It's the Windsor Public Library board saying there's a need, we've been identifying a need for this particular region. And then of course, Windsor Regional Hospital, as we move forward with the new hospital, the new acute care hospital, we're gonna have a library in the facility. That's part of the new facility as it is in our two existing acute care facilities. It's coming together and saying, how can we bring this together? What are the opportunities? What are the possibilities for our region? And as in the press release, Ms. Pope identifies that they've done a study with respect to the questions that are asked at the Windsor Public Library right now, and 40% of them relate to healthcare questions. So when faced with that, what a better place, and if you just envision it, is we have currently in the libraries our medical staff, physicians and dentists, midwives are there, along with our nursing staff, along with the rest of the team. The public also does come in from time to time in our existing libraries. What a better opportunity to have all of them together. Our patients, our families, our medical teams, and sharing that type of information, sharing that knowledge amongst themselves, and creating that environment of learning, of education, and creating that connection. So there isn't this, what we try to do at the hospital all the time, is you want to break down those barriers that exist between a physician and a patient and a family. Because we're all part of our own healthcare decisions. It's integral that the family and the patient clearly has the knowledge and the understanding in order to make effective decisions. So what a better way than to have in the new acute care hospital this relationship to work together to provide this service to our patients and our residents of that particular region in that setting, again, when 40% of the questions they ask currently relate to healthcare. So we have a lot of work to do. This is just the announcement with respect to the planning phase. Once we move to stage 2, which hopefully we do, we've talked about that a lot, needing to move to stage 2 in the planning process. Once we move into that, that's where the rubber will hit the road, where the Windsor Public Library Board itself, along with their administration, will be part of the planning to see what the possibilities are and really put the meat on the bone with respect to this particular concept. This is not totally unique in the sense of hospitals having direct relationships with public libraries or other examples. Probably what would be unique about this is having us in the same facility to the size that we're talking about. There's some hospitals that have this on a smaller scale across the province, so that's the uniqueness of this announcement today. But again, what a better way to serve the residents of the region in a positive fashion, collaborating, and in my opinion, this is just the start of the possibilities as we move forward.
About zero that I can add that hasn't already been stated, except that obviously I'm very, very excited, and I think this is a great step. We talk about 20-year planning process that the City of Windsor undertook just about a year and a half ago, and we're looking that far away. So when we talk about this in the context of a new hospital, which is likely 8 to 10 years away, it's completely appropriate to have that discussion now and figure out how we can serve the needs of our residents the best way possible. And I think there's a reason that the warden is here. There's certainly no announcement today where no one's putting anyone in a box saying this is going to be a new regional library, but that discussion and the mechanics of how we can serve the needs of everyone in the region at this particular site, I think it's important discussion to have. Obviously the warden thinks it's an important discussion to have. He's here, and we commit to doing that and having that discussion for the benefit of all residents here in the city. I want to just thank the library board, Kitty Pope, the CEO, Peter Fries, the chair of the library board, David Mouche, and your team, thank you very much. And Dan's here in the audience, and Bob is here, past chair, and Lynn Watts is not here, but she would have been here if she could have been here. And we appreciate your vision and allowing us to have this conversation, again, to do what's best for the residents of the City of Windsor. And we're really excited. And let me leave by saying that we are ready. So the sign behind me, I think I need to enunciate, and the warden would certainly echo that the city and the county have stepped forward. We're collecting our share of the levy. We think this hospital project is a very important project for the community. We want to see some movement. We want to see some action on this project, and we hope very, very soon to have more good news to announce to the community that this project will be proceeding to the next phase, where we can actually get into the nitty-gritty and the discussions on things like a library, the new single-site acute care hospital. So thanks all for being here, and it's going to be fun to see this library and to serve the needs again of the residents of the City of Windsor. In 2003, that land was actually acquired, was given to us through an agreement from the town of Tecumseh. And I think everyone recognizes that parcel of land out in the old Sandwich South is an area where they may not have the same level of service that other parts of the city see. So it's completely appropriate to have the discussion in the context of a new hospital, but also to serve the needs of the residents in a part of the city that was acquired about 14 years ago, where we can use a little bit of an enhancement and add some additional amenities to that part of our city. So thanks very much for being here.